Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho. Well, about a week ago, guys, week and a half ago, I had my Mikado V-bar malfunction on my Dominator 450L, and I've since got rid of it, and I put on a Beast-X. That's what I also have on my Goblin and my Trex 700. Well, it caused a crash. I was inverted and I was tail forward, and I went into a pirouette, and it totally locked up, and it resulted in a crash. So what happened in the crash, part of the crash, was the tail boom here, the casing, okay, that holds your front torque tube gears and everything. There's a little notch that's in there raised up, and that's what, if you can see the boom over here, has that little notch that slides into. Okay, let me move this back over here. Well, I had many crashes, guys, with my old 450 Flybarred Pro, and I never had this ever happen. So obviously, with everything with the line, they make everything cheaper and cheaper and break easier. So anyways, after ordering a spare one, I realized, Ray, why would you do that? It's stupid. You know, the same thing's going to happen again. They're bad quality. You can buy 10 of them and they're all going to break. So what I did, and I'm going to show you, is I'm going to pin the boom. And how I did that was I put 2 grub screws on this side and 2 grub screws on that side. Okay, and that will pin the boom and keep it from moving, and it'll be better than that cheap plastic tab that broke. Now what you need to do that, guys, is basically you can pick yourself up a little screw like this, a little grub screw. I think this was from the Trex 500. And I get a dial caliper. Alright, we're going to measure this screw. Alright, this screw is, let me put it up into here, get a good measurement. This screw is about 2.87, 2.88 millimeters, okay? And I think that was for the tail rotor assembly on the 500. So let's put that down. So you got 287, alright. Basically, all you want to do, guys, let me get this here and I'll show you, is get yourself a drill, and you can use an old Black & Decker battery powered drill here, whatever kind of drill you have. Slow, run it slow, you don't need it fast, it's going through plastic. Now your grub screw, guys, is about 2.87. now when you measure a drill bit here, you want to roll it so you get it on the highest of the lobes, okay, to get the most accurate reading. So we're going to take this one, we're going to put it in there, and you see right there is 218, and then the highest is about 2.50, the highest lobe cutting area on there. Okay, so we're under by about 37 by 0.37 millimeters. So 2.87 to 2.50 means this is plenty small. Okay, you want this smaller than your screw, okay, guys, because if this was bigger, then your screw's not gonna be tight in the hole. Okay, and basically what I did was just took the hand drill there, okay, and just drill yourself one there, one there. Mind you, this is Nitro Kyosho's a little extreme with 4 of them. One there and one there, and you can access all of them, guys, when you put this thing back together. And what this is going to do is pin the boom and keep it from moving. Okay, so if anybody has that issue, I was stupid enough to order another one, or even 2 of them. I don't know how many I ordered. I put in an order for a bunch of parts for the 450. And then I realized after, that was a waste of money, Ray, because if you have another crash, guess what? It's going to happen again. So I'm going to do this little modification, little Nitro Kyosho mod, just called pinning the boom. And it'll be 1,000 times better than Align's cheap plastic garbage that broke here. Like I said, they had changed this. This is different than the old 450 Pro, so you can't use the old ones. You have to use the new ones specifically for this helicopter. I had never broke one of those on my old helicopter, and I had many crashes when I was learning to fly. So it's just a little mod. It only takes about 10 seconds to do, guys, and you're good to go. So if you want to do it, you can use different size grub screws. If you want, you can pick out your own at the hardware store, as long as they obviously fit in that area from here to here. You can put big ones, you can put a smaller one, you can put a shorter one. There's no set of what you want. You can even put a different type of screw if you wanted. But mind you, when you put it in, you're just going to go up against the boom lightly. You're not going to really torque this thing down, because if you torque it down, you're going to start bending that boom in. Okay? And it doesn't take much to hold it, guys. If a cheap piece of plastic held it in there, I'm sure 4 grub screws, it's not going to move. Anyways, guys, that's just a little mod. It's called pinning the boom. And if you'd like to do it, go for it. Thanks for watching.